Hello everyone and welcome to the Rift. Today we've got some exciting things to talk about. New cards. There is also a tournament. If you guys didn't watch yet, definitely go ahead and check that out. Also a few announcements to make before we start talking about things. I am hosting tournaments now. So, if you want to do tournaments, then we're gonna be doing a lot, hopefully. Where is stuff that I can talk about? Set that one. Yeah, I posted about it in a few places, but basically doing free entry tournaments. Player cap of this one Saturday is going to be 32. We're probably going to expand that in the future. We literally capped out at 32 day one, and there's already 20 people on the wait list, so probably 64 next time. Which is great. Yeah, thanks guys for joining. It's gonna be really cool to see bigger events. Yeah. Best of 3 with side decks, which is nice. We haven't had a tournament or like any gameplay with siding yet. I think Piltover Archive like just added that option to add to decks. So yeah, that's neat. Yeah, so if you want to sign up, currently there's a wait list. Everyone on the wait list is going to be given bleh. I'm dying. Hang on. Okay. Everyone on the waitlist is going to be given priority queue for the next tournament, so that people who didn't get to play this time get to play next time. I think that's fair. As well as the winner of the tournament. Potentially top cut as well. We'll see how many people we get. If we get enough to fill 32 slots, I'm just going to expand it to 64 and queue up the whole waitlist plus top cut. If we somehow get 64 people on the waitlist, I'll put it to a poll of if we want to include top cut in the priority queue or not. So I'll put it up to a community vote. Yeah. Good stuff. These cards aren't new. We've had these for a long time. There are some new ones. I don't know if the things been updated yet, but we can look at Discord as usual. Yeah, that's not new. Maybe it's not updated. That one's not new either. Yeah, I don't think it actually has been updated yet. So, card reveals. I guess we can talk about these. I don't know if I've talked about these on stream yet. I think I have. I don't think any of these cards are particularly good. Spoilers. At least not yet. I don't think they really have that much use. But this guy, pretty much in the same boat. Well, let me switch my music this time, actually. I think I forgot last time. There we go. Or we're just talking about things. Yeah, so Albus Ferros, yellow unit, 4 energy for 3 might, not good, but when you play me, spend any number of buffs. For each buff spent, channel a rune exhausted. Right now, this doesn't really have any playability. I think other ramp options are just better. They're more consistent, and this guy doesn't really do much. He ramps conditionally with other cards, so I just don't really see a use for this guy right now. Maybe Jace is gonna be buff ramp, which would be cool. Maybe he'll have a spot in this, but yeah. He just doesn't really have a spot to go in right now. Yeah, I don't really think this card does much, but it has potential, definitely. Could be good if we get a buff ramp Jace deck, I guess. This card, on the other hand, is kind of nuts. This is Falling Star. It's a red spell, 2 energy and 2 power. Do this twice. Deal 3/2 unit. Yup. And that's a crazy card. In Kaisa, this is kind of bonkers, honestly. I think Kaisa, with all the cards she's gotten, is actually like extremely good now. She just has some matchups where she just can't win, is the problem. Like against Set, you just don't really do anything, and against decks like Volley and potentially Dazzling decks as well, you just have so much trouble killing their stuff. Like they put a Dead Bloom on the board and you just cry. If you have to use like 2 removal spells on it, because you can't kill it with 1, that sucks. And if you have to use whatever it's called, Acathian Rain, every time you target it, you have to recycle, because deflect. So you pay 6 power to kill Dead Bloom. Yikes. Yeah, I think Kaisa is like a little insane right now. She kind of just should be very good into everything except a few decks. Yeah, like she's gotten a lot of good cards. A lot of good cards. This plus Singularity plus I think it's called Falling Star. The other blue removal, just insane removal package in her deck right now. Answers pretty much everything in the format that you could possibly run into, bar a couple decks that you just lose to. Yeah, crazy. This card, I don't really think is that great. 6 and a power for a blue spell that draws 4. It's a lot of card draw, but I don't think blue really struggles with card draw right now. Like Kaisa draws enough. I don't know if Teemo draws enough. I haven't really played him that much, but I think he should. Lux definitely does. Like, blue's not hurting for card draw. That's not what it needs. What blue needs is like top end units, payoff, good stuff. I think you'd rather still just like play Kaisa instead of this thing. Because that's a unit. And it does other things besides just draw. Like you don't really struggle with draw. Especially Kaisa, you have so many draw options. Draw's not the problem. The problem is you don't have answers for certain cards. So yeah, this card has potential, definitely. Maybe in the future, but as like a payoff or a win condition for control, I think there's just other options that accomplish more. This doesn't really fix any problem. Whereas I think like Kaisa or potentially Mundo actually do. It's like something different blue can do besides just drawing. So yeah, I think this card's good and it has potential, but like It doesn't really fix anything. It doesn't really actually do anything. Right now, at least. Maybe in the future. This card, I think, is very good. Fight or Flight. It's a purple spell with hidden and action that just moves a unit from battlefield to base. Any unit. You can push something off a battlefield to take it. You can pull something back home to save it. You can get extra move triggers. Yeah, I think this card is just really good. Maybe not in every deck. A lot of purple decks probably won't play this. I think Teemo really wants this, but Yasuo definitely does. Maybe MF as well. Potentially. I'm not sure. Maybe you don't exactly have space in that deck. Yeah, it's definitely a good card though. I think this is quite strong for purple. Yeah, some purple decks are gonna love this, some probably won't play it. Definitely a very good card. And Mundo. Blue big man. 8 in the power, or 8 and 2 power for a blue champion. 6 might, but his might is increased by the number of cards in your trash, which can get, like, astronomically gigantic. This guy gets so big. But he's just a big guy. That's it. And he's quite an expensive big guy. And he makes himself smaller, which doesn't really matter that much at the beginning of your beginning phase. Cycle 3 from your trash. That doesn't actually matter like that much. I mean, he does get smaller over time, but like, yeah. He's not gonna get that small. These guys are all pretty much always just gonna be big. At least in the late game when you would play him down. I mean, yeah, this adds something to blue that we didn't have before, which is a gigantic guy. So it's potentially playable. In certain matchups, you're probably going to want him more than others. Yeah, against decks with good removal for this guy, he just doesn't really do anything. But if decks have trouble removing him, this guy just says, I'm on a battlefield now, and you can't take it. Yeah, I definitely think this card has potential. Maybe. I'm not really sure if you want this in blue decks. Yeah, no, definitely not in Victor. Victor would not play this. Kaisa might. You might want to play this in Kaisa. It's worth noting that he probably will live an unchecked power, like, a decent amount of the time. Which is something. So you could, like, just put him on a field and wipe the other one, so he doesn't die. It's an interesting play. Yeah, I think this card's decent. It's not crazy. It's not bad, I don't think. Unless we get a blue top-end unit that's just better. I don't know. We still have a blue epic left to see, so that might be it. But yeah, definitely an option. Potentially you play this in Kaisa just to beat over a big guy. Which you kind of can't really do yet, except with unchecked. But anything bigger than that, you can't kill. So, I don't know. I think that's all the cards. Yeah, let's talk about the tournament. So Max hosted a tournament yesterday.
3 players.
Which was cool. I watched it, most of it anyway. Take all of this data I'm about to talk about with a huge grain of salt, because it's only 32 players, and people kind of just played everything, because no one really knows what's amazing right now, and a lot of these players, or at least like a decent chunk, either were newer or haven't played the game before. So take everything with a grain of salt. Even if this was a tournament with all very good players, 32 is not a very big sample size. So it doesn't really mean too much, but it is data. It's some data, which we previously didn't have. So yeah, most played deck Victor, Set as well, Master Yi, Ari, and then kind of everything else. Some Jinx, some Lux, and then yeah, just a bunch of other stuff. What converted well? Victor. And then not much else. Ari, Lux, and Jinx all converted one deck, but went down, I think, in conversion rate. Now they're about the same. Yeah, Victor is the only deck that went up. Darius and Lee went up too, but I think there's only one of each. Yeah, sure. So, yeah, I think of the decks that I thought could do well right now, I imagined Dazzling decks Yi and Victor, I think, have clear potential to be really good right now. Ari, I was definitely not expecting. That deck came in second. I still don't think it's that great of a deck, despite having access to some really good blue cards now. I don't really think that deck has that many great answers to big guys, and Set especially. What do you do against him? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many people played Dazzling decks, but I don't think many of the decks that could volley Yi, Set, maybe Lee, but I don't really think Lee and Yi are decks that want to run Dazzling. I think they'd rather just do other stuff. Yi especially, I think, is better when you just play him to, like, take fields early and then hold, and then if you get pushed off, you can, like, play the game a bit and retake. The guy who got second knocked out the Set players. Really, Ari? How do you answer that deck? With what? Why do I have chat on screen? Excuse me? Something broke. Why is this here? I guess I just put it there. Hold on, let me move that. I guess it can be here. It's kind of hard to read. Sure, chat's there now. Hello. I mean... Okay, let me think about this. How does Ari deal with Set stuff not dying? just like make a bigger board, I guess. Potentially you could do that. But shouldn't Set just play a trading game? You just out-trade them, surely, right? Like, you just make big Set and then you just swing over and over. Like, you gotta trade with something. I don't know, I'll have to go back and watch the feature to see what happened. Definitely the fastest, most aggressive player I've seen. I don't know if that's quite true. He was playing green Ari, which does help, but I don't think it came up that much, did it? Charm and blue Ari, one of those matchups. Yeah, I guess you can just kind of bully Set in the early game still, at least mid-range Set. He really takes a bit to come online, so I guess if you could outpace him in board and start trading with his stuff, then potentially, like, you just ignore Set, the champion. I guess that could work. Yeah, I could see that working. The more that I think about that. Yeah, drawing charm definitely helps, that's for sure. I still think if I'm playing a deck like Ari, I think I probably just want to play Yi instead. He just does the same thing. I mean, you have access to the good blue removal spell, so that might tip the scales. Those cards are kind of crazy. Yeah, I just think Yi's effect is better. The +2, it's kind of cracked. Blue has the draw. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, blue does have better draw. We've got some draw on Yi, but not as much. Yeah, it might just be that blue is better than orange for that type of deck. You have more removal spells. Orange does have Gentleman's Duel though, which is kind of nuts. He only affects one unit. Yeah, but I mean Set. He only has like one guy, or a few. Yeah, I don't know. I think Yi is a better legend than Ari, but Ari has blue, which I think is probably just better for this type of deck than orange is. I still think Yi is very good though. It's just different. It's a very different package to be working with. Yeah, blue removal is kind of crazy right now. Falling Star is very good, and Singularity is just, like, absurd against so many decks. So crazy. Like, every deck on this list... Not really Kaisa, she doesn't really care about units. Arius, Annie, Jace, Ari, Lee somewhat, Yi somewhat, Bully somewhat, Leona, Set, Victor. All heavily do not want to see Singularity played against them. Insane card. Guess I should mute. I forget what they played. Targon Fortified Reavers. I guess this goes counter to the deck building philosophy I've been using, that you should only play one battlefield for going first. Because you're only guaranteed to go first once a match. Well, most of the time. I mean, you could just 2-0 your opponent, but realistically, you're only going first once a match. Guaranteed. Because game 1's blind pick, so you don't want to play a field that benefits going first. And then it's only in either game 2 or 3 that you're going to be able to pick to go first. So, I don't really know about having Targons and Fortified in this list. Because Ari lacks pushing power. So, if your opponent's unfortified, that's potentially a problem for you. Yeah, like, how do you push in this deck? Ari Discipline? That's not that much. It's something, but it's not that much. Yeah, like, I mean... He didn't even play Singularity. Or the other one, Falling Star. Like, how do you deal with big stuff? Do you just try and go faster? Just win faster? Is that it? I'm seeing nothing really in the list that deals with big things. Besides Discipline just pumping. Like, if they're attacking into you, that helps a little bit because you have your legend, but... what do you do to try and conquer? Like, what do you do? I mean, there's Kaisa, I guess. That's not that big. How many Kaisa? I don't know. Yeah, Kaisa and Discipline, you go to 8. That's it. That's all you got. You can't consistently kill anything bigger. I guess you just try and go faster with Ari, but this deck isn't exactly that fast. Victor list. Yeah, these seem fine. Reavers, yeah, potentially. Yeah, I can see it. Trifarian, obviously. Obelisk, yeah. I think this is the list that played a lot of small guys. Yeah. I don't agree with the decision to play Soaring Scout. I don't think that card's very good. I don't think you need that many 2-drops in this deck, because you have your legend effect to just make a guy that has the same might as Soaring Scout. And the rune doesn't help that much. I think right now I'm just playing 3 Ravenbloom, 3 Watchful. But I think that's it for 2-drops. I really don't think you need more than that. I don't feel like Scout is more impactful than just making a token. 3 Drummer, yeah. That card's pretty good. Three Manufacturer, 3 Captain. I think I'm playing those. 3 Putrin, I think I'm playing as well. I'm pretty sure I'm playing 3 Consult the Past. Something else? I'll just go look at my list. I'm playing this instead. Maybe you could switch to Reavers. I can see that being better with Drummer. Yeah, that's probably a better addition. What else am I playing that's different? Oh, he's not playing Stupefy. Yeah, I don't know about that decision. That card's pretty good. I think I'd rather just play that over the bird. It's the same amount of might swing, and it just draws. And it's a spell. Yeah, that's like the only difference in the list. Or besides Falling Comet. You could potentially play that, yeah. Or just more removal. I definitely think I'd sideboard it. The card is very good against certain decks. Yeah, I'm playing 3 Consult the Past because I just want to draw more cards, because you can lay your hand out actually surprisingly quickly in this deck. You've got a lot of dudes that are fairly cheap. You just kind of empty your hand and then you have like a strat and something sitting there. And sometimes that's enough to win the game, but I'd like to have a little more gas. Yeah, maybe you have enough draw and you can just cut, like, a Stupefy and a Consult the Past for some removal in the main deck. That's potentially an option. I think it depends on the format, really. Falling Star is pretty good into, like, certain decks. Pretty good into most decks, I think. It's potentially a main board inclusion. Yeah, interesting stuff, though. definitely would not have thought Ari would do that well. But again, I mean, take everything with a grain of salt. I'm very surprised that with this breakdown, Kaisa kind of just sweeps everything here except Bully, potentially Victor as well, and Set. I have no idea how the Lux matchup goes. Like, potentially it's even. I think Kaisa's probably better. Yeah, I'm convinced Kaisa just sweeps most things on here. That deck's gotten insane cards. Singularity, Falling Star, this. You could even play this and Bundo if you want to. You have a lot of options, but yeah, I don't think this is really that great to play. Bundo actually is an option. Yeah, maybe I'll have to play some more Kaisa and see if my hunch is correct. I think she's in an extremely good spot. At least early on, if the meta is like where people are just playing everything. I mean, I don't really have much else to talk about. I don't think. I'm gonna be gone tomorrow because IRL playing. Yeah, we'll have more reveals Wednesday, and then Thursday I might play. Maybe we'll have to see. I do want to play some Kaisa. It sounds fun. To just win. Yeah. Sign up for the tournament. Well, waitlist for the tournament. Sign up for next tournament if you haven't already. Been loving the coverage. Really got me hyped for Riftbound. This will be my first physical TCG I'm excited to collect. I think card stores will stock singles. It always depends on the store with cards. If they're even hosting Riftbound in general, some stores probably won't be. But it really depends on the shop, what kinds of singles, and if they... Well, I think most stores stock singles of some kind, but like Magic and Pokemon are always going to take priority for singles, so it really just depends on the store, I'd say. Yeah, definitely check around and ask people. That would be the best option. Because like some stores aren't even sure if they're gonna stock the game yet. I think most have probably decided, but yeah, definitely good to ask around. Probably just in major cities with larger player bases. Yeah, I would imagine, unless the game takes off. Which it does have a good chance of doing. I think this is a really good game. And it's League of Legends, so people want to collect it too. Yeah, the one thing I'm the most glad about with this tournament is that Dazzling didn't sweep it. Because I really don't like those decks. I really don't think if that card is incredibly good that it's healthy for the game. I'm glad, like, decks that actually play a normal game did well. Yeah, definitely glad about that. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what new cards we get. We're not getting that many creator reveals, but there's still like 80 cards left in the set, so they have to just dump a bunch at some point, which will be interesting to see. Big League Guide, Digital TCG, Lower Hearthstone, yeah. Excited for the physical side, yeah. I'm definitely more of a physical TCG guy. That's how I started, like 10 years ago with Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! And whatever, but yeah, some digital games are fun that I've played. I think Shadowverse is alright. It's kind of fun. I played Master Duel, which was miserable. I don't think that game has ever been very good. And Magic Arena was kind of in the same boat for me. I really didn't enjoy Standard when I played. I think it was just an awful experience. They fit so many league champs into the set, so I think that will make people excited to collect the cards. Yeah, definitely. Pokemon has strong characters leading people to collect the art. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. The League IP is definitely very strong. I think a lot of people are going to be interested in either collecting or playing. We've already got a ton of people, like in the main Discord and even in mine as well, which is great to see. The game's not even out yet, not even in China. Yeah, just if you haven't already signed up for the waitlist for next tournament, if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. I am pretty confident that we're gonna increase the cap to 64 players for the next tournament, not this current one, but I doubt we'll increase the cap past that, at least for now. Probably just like 32 for this one, 64 for the next one, potentially more than that for the one after. So yeah, if you haven't already signed up, I posted a link on YouTube somewhere. Posts this thing, wherever that shows up. I don't know where that shows up, but it's there. Yeah, join the server, post your intent to sign up, and I will put you on the scroll. Rare Riftbound cards are beautiful. Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen them in person outside the Arcane promos, but those did look really good. And it's only going to get better, because they're going to make more and more art for Riftbound itself, instead of just using other game stuff. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else to talk about today. Pretty short stream. But yeah, there's really not much going on in terms of new cards. So, just the tournament, next tournament. Probably have a lot more to talk about after this weekend. So, yeah. Alright, I'm out of stuff to say, so I think I'm just gonna go. Yeah. Probably not tomorrow, because I'll be IRL, and then Wednesday more reveals, potentially playing Thursday, Friday more reveals, and then Saturday tournament, which is gonna be pretty big. That'll probably be the biggest stream I've done so far. We had like an 80-person cap the first big reveal day, so I think we're gonna beat that. I think so. We already have a lot of people signed up for the tournament, a surprising amount. I was blown away with how fast sign-ups just went gone. So yeah, a lot of interest in the game so far. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna head out, so thank you guys for watching, and as always, take care.